Welcome to a brand new podcast. As always, this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. For any business inquiries, if you want to put your business on this platform, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's the same email if you want to make a donation to this podcast as we start expanding. We definitely could use more equipment, speakers, always expanding. So definitely send money to our PayPal account, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Definitely will appreciate that. And check our website. That's www.evolutionoflondon.com. That's our online baby shopping mall. We have a whole wide range of products for men's, kids, ladies' clothes, jewelry, cologne, perfume, house products, and etc. So www.evolutionoflondon.com, and also check out www.evolutionoflondon.org. We have custom clothes, accessories, digital products for business as well as personal use, so support that. And we have different links to other affiliates. www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. There you have a lot of links to other affiliates, so support that. And www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. We have videos that is not posted on YouTube and digital artwork and consulting services as well. So that's www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. Music. Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube, have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his YouTube channel, you will see his social media site. So like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And continuing to train on YouTube, we have the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel as we roll along. We have over 470 videos to open up your third eye. So definitely, y'all guys, like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel. And support that. And keep passing along to family, friends, and foe. And like and subscribing, because we want to make it more popular, worldwide. So we need you guys to spread it around. If you're not going to donate, at least pass the word. That's all I'm asking. If you're not going to donate, you can like, subscribe, and pass it along. It's free. And check out our health and wellness channel. That's Mr. Evolution of London. That's our health and wellness channel to give you information on health and wellness. So like, subscribe, and share to Mr. Evolution of London on YouTube. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book a consultation, email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. That's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And support his merchandise. It's www.wjaaccessories.org. You'll find custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. I need your guys to support DJ Panthro. Now, I haven't mentioned him in a couple weeks because now he is international now. Traveling worldwide. So if you want to book for him to come to your country near you or location near you, whether it's Canada, US, UK, South America, China, India, Africa, etc. He's now worldwide. So support DJ Panthro as he expand his brand. So that's DJ Panthro 519@gmail.com if you want a book for him to come to your venue. Fin City Fish and Chips, located 711 Richmond Street, that's London, Ontario. Telephone number is 519-672-9950, and you can email them at fincitylondon@gmail.com, and also check their website, www.fincityfishandchips.ca. You can also check them on Facebook and Instagram. And again, their fish and chips are amazing. Definitely, I need y'all guys, especially if you're in the city, or even if you're out of town, come to London, Ontario, and check out Fin City Fish and Chips. Again, you can't go wrong. Simon's Prime Hamburger. They got 2 locations. 691 Richmond Street, Unit 1, that's London, Ontario. Hours of operation is Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's Monday to Thursday. Fridays, 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. And finally, Sundays, 12 noon to 8 p.m. You can check their website to place an order. That's www.simonburger.ca. And the delivery is Skip, DoorDash, Uber Eats, the usual. And that's the same thing with Fin City Fish and Chips, by the way. DoorDash, Skip, as well as Uber Eats. Very good chili burgers. I'm always going to say that. Very good chili burgers. I am fixed on their chili burgers. That's 691 Richmond Street. And it's 100% real cheese, 100% fresh beef, 100% fresh cut fries. And their second location is a dining area, so you can sit down and relax. That's in Windsor, Ontario. That's 3580 Tecumseh Road East. That's TECUMSEH Road East. Monday through Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays is 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. So let me rephrase that. Sundays, 12 noon to 8 p.m. Telephone number is 519-915-1397. And you can place an order for takeout or either location. So definitely check out Simon's Prime Hamburger. You're going to love it. Now, the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, Apple, Amazon Music, just to name a few. And any information I haven't mentioned, you can check out rumble.com and type in the Oracle 19. We're on Rumble. Find information in the description box of rumble.com. That's the Oracle 19 podcast there. As well as the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London. And www.theoracle19radio.com for any information that I haven't mentioned. Of course, you check the description box. I think I covered mostly everything. And again, whatever I didn't cover, I definitely will cover on the next round because there's so much information. This show is definitely going to be controversial. and a lot of feelings going to get hurt. People's going to probably look at me in a certain way. It is what it is. And a little disclosure, doing these podcasts and social media and putting up content, it's definitely not easy. That's why I say I need y'all guys' support. Donate whatever, $1, $2, whatever, because it's a price you have to pay for saying what you're saying. Like, your family gets funny with you. They give you the Heisman. If anyone knows football, they give you. They very distant. They don't really want to talk to you, or they don't talk to you at all. So it is what it is. It's like, it's casualties of war. So, it'd be nice if y'all guys show some love and support. But it is what it is. Today's show, Interracial Dating. We're going right in. Interracial dating. Interracial dating. Because we living in a time, especially the generation now, it's just everybody is crossing over, black, white, black, Asian, black, Indian, black, vice versa, Indian, Asian. It's just it's a melting pot, right? And again, that is your prerogative. I will say that. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm gonna get a little deeper, and it's gonna touch souls, because I'm the soul toucher. Now, I'm eventually revert back to my community, and I'm just gonna give my perspective with my feelings of what my community should or should not do. But anyway, in terms of interracial dating, and I'm speaking of different races, when you with somebody, if you make that decision to, let's say, I use the word cross over to, let's say, marrying or dating different races, I always say you should look for the best candidate for you. And I'm speaking of other races. I'm pushing aside black for a moment. Other races, you want to be able to find the best candidate for you, and on many different aspects. It's not about, and again, it's going to sound real touchy. But walk with me. I'm not trying to be malicious, but I'm just giving you a perspective, my perspective. You want to find the best candidate for you. And I'm speaking of other races here. I talked about in the previous show breeding genetically. And that leads on to this here. Now, when you dating or you want to marry, even if it's within your own race, you want to marry someone that has a high IQ, at least. It's not only about looks, because that you want to produce healthy offspring. You also want to marry a person and procreate with a person that is healthy, not only physically, but mentally too, because in this world, mental illness is growing. Mental illness is big. So you want to also deal with someone that is mentally healthy as well as physically healthy, and genetically healthy as well, emotionally and so forth. And I'm speaking of other races here. So if you decide to cross over or stick with your own race, the main objective is to deal with a person that's just not only cute. That goes for men and women. You don't want to deal with someone that is cute. And I'm speaking to you Asians, Indians, and so forth, white, and other sub-races as well. And people are going to say, what do you mean greatness by sub-race? Well, if you really want to be technical, Puerto Rican is not a race. Or Dominican is not a race. Or Panamanians is not a race. Because you either have, or let's say the Latinos, as much as they will say is a race, you got black Latinos and you got white Latinos. Who are you? Now, I know that's going to cause controversy within the Latin community, but if you look at your genealogy, either you're a Spaniard, just a white person that speaks Spanish from that lineage, or you from the black lineage. But we won't get deep because I know a lot of the Latin community say, I'm Latin, I'm Latino, you know, you a separate entity. But look at your genealogy. One or the other. And you say Middle Eastern. That's not a race. The white Middle Easterners that speak Arabic, their genealogy came from Europe. And they mix with the black seed and they end up speaking the native tongue of the black people in that location. Arabic, Aramaic, different dialects of Arabic. So, but I know a lot of people is going to disagree, but look at your own genealogy and see which race is dominant within your own gene pool. I'll leave it as that. That's why I say sub-races. Now I already touched souls already. Let's continue. So when you dealing with your outside of your race, and I'm speaking to other races, this is not black yet. I'm not even touching that yet. You always, when you want to deal with the best candidate, that makes sense. Too many of humans is just dealing with people because they just cute and they funny and you procreate with somebody that don't have a high IQ or have mental issues or the family have mental issues. What do you think your offspring, what's the chances of your offspring having those issues? Okay, so what is the chances? You're going to answer it for me. So does it make sense to find the best candidate for yourself, for your genealogy? So I think that's something that we as humans should be more forthwith about. Not only dealing with people that is physically gratifying, but spiritually and again, I'm repeating myself so it can sink in. And also a high IQ because you want, or the highest IQ you can find so that can show within your offspring. And also look at the family's mental health issues. And I'm repeating that because I'm stressing that because too many of us don't check the background of the other partner's mental status, whether it's them or their family, because you not only marrying in to the the spouse, but you're marrying the family. So you want a healthy family unit, and you also want a healthy offspring. Okay. And that's like my disclosure for other races. And I think they should think in towards that. Because that's a fit for them. And there's nothing wrong for them. Now, you black people, I'm going to stick with black people a little bit longer. Because obviously I'm a black male. Now, we are very interesting people. We are very special people. And we're so special that we are hated by society. We are hated by all races. Now, other races that's listening to the show, we're not talking about you as an individual, okay? Because that's the first thing people like to throw up. I don't hate black people. My best friend is black. The person that cleaned my yard is black. And I like him. No. We're not talking about Albert that you like. Or Sarah that watch your kids. Talk about collectively. And this is the reality. Black people are the most hated, or I would say overall. And well, let me rephrase that. We are considered the scum of the earth. The scum of the earth. We the worst of worst. And we've been conditioned to hate each other. This is open information. Everybody knows that. And why am I talking? I'm walking slow with this so you can get the whole perspective of what I'm really saying and not being malicious. So, you black people, we black people, we got to handle interracial dating a little different. We should handle interracial dating differently. See, other races have a little flexibility because they can cross over and they're not looked upon in a certain way. Where we already is considered the lowest of low. So when we cross over, it's even worse. So you have to pay attention a lot more. Because you're not dealing with yourself. Now you have to deal with your legacy when you cross over. And too many times we as black people get the lowest of low when we cross over. Man and woman. That's first and foremost. Now, first of all, black people, do you care about your legacy? That's my question from me to you. Do you care about your future offspring if you crossing over? When you cross over and date other races, Are you just thinking about because they nice people? Or are you thinking beyond that? Are you thinking about, are they the best candidate for you on a genetic level, a physical level, emotional level, mental illness level, family level? Let me ask you this, black people. If you, this is a little bit off topic. No, but it's somewhere on the topic. Because it seems like a lot of you black people are very forgiving. Most of you are very forgiving, very nice. Accept things that you shouldn't accept. And date anybody and anything. Would you date a dog that sits on the ground? Dogs that sit on the ground and lay on the ground, is that somebody that you can procreate with? A dog? Just a question. Are you willing to date, let's say, an animal that just eating raw meat? I mean, if you date an animal that eats raw meat, what do you think the chances of your offspring eating raw meat? If you dating a person that is mentally ill or weaker than you mentally, what do you think your offspring will be? Or what's the possibility they're going to have mental illness? Too many times we as black people just date and procreate with anything. Like if you dating, let's say, an animal that have herpes, or comes from a lineage of other dogs with herpes, what do you think? Are you comfortable with your offspring having that genetic defect in them? I'm just saying, I'm not targeting anybody, actually. It's just a question. Because we as black people have a tendency to mate with anything out here, because, man and woman, because they smile. So we have that bad habit of wanting to, or being quick to forgive and go with the flow, because times has changed. Now people's going to ask me, Mr. Greatness, what are you saying? What are you talking about? I'm just giving examples how black folks have a tendency to just want to be loved and want to date anything and anybody. And I use the animal analogy as an example. Okay, let's get deeper here. White and black. Now, white, like, we know the history. Again, black people, you date whoever you want to date. That is on you. One thing we as citizens have is 1% free will. You could date whoever you want to date. But it's always, always, always a price you have to pay in life. And that comes with everybody. Good, bad, up and down. Now, there's a difference when a white man and a black woman, and the other way around, black man and a white woman. Black women that date and marry and procreate, it is a slight difference in terms of how the makeup system, how the system is made up. But I'm gonna get deeper. Usually, when a black woman is with a white man, she has to dumb herself down. She can't be pro-black. We're not talking about you having so-called racist ideas. And first of all, black people can't be per se racist, because the racism is basically when another race of people hold back another group, aka systematic white supremacy. Need I say more? We don't have, as a race, we're not holding back white society as a whole. So you can't be a racist. You could be a separatist, saying you don't want to deal with a particular race or whatever. But saying a racist, black people as a whole is not holding back, or not instituting systematic or black supremacy to the white society to hold them back, if you know what I mean. We're not holding white people back. I say in plain terms, we're not holding back white people as a whole. Okay, but let's back up a little taste. Black women, you usually have to dumb themselves down as a whole. You know what I'm talking about, black women. You have to, you talk differently. You carry yourself differently because you're among his white society, white friends and family as a whole. And there's always going to be a little clash because he can't relate to your culture and vice versa. So you can never say it's just straight and narrow. You just compensate, but it's nothing like relating to your own. But you compensate. You bend. But you can still function within society a lot differently than a black man dealing with a white woman. And I find a lot of white women, when they deal with a black man, and this is something black men you need to check. She's a woman. And a lot of these white women are very slick. See, first of all, black men, in the eyes of a lot of white women, is this all of, I'm not going to say all, never will say all, but a great deal, a majority, in my personal opinion, feel that you dealing with her, she's saving you. She's upgrading you. She's the best thing for you. And a lot of you black men, you got average to below average white women. Not all cases, but a lot of cases. Let's put that on Front Street. Matter of fact, it's already out on Front Street. I'm just putting it out there more. A lot of these white women feel that they could talk slick to you. I hear stories that when these white women get comfortable with you, they say little racist slick talk. They show their true nature. Look, a white woman, just like a white man, could be racist as hell, could be a Klansman, and they could still have sex with you, procreate with you, and still call you the N-word. That happens all the time like clockwork, all over the planet Earth. They be with you for years, and they still say slick stuff. I get that. I get black men telling me this with their white wives in real time. Interracial dating. You quick to run to the snowflake and think you safe. Matter of fact, you could be in a worse situation because unlike with dealing with the black woman, you deal with the white woman. And let's be for real. This is the white society here in North America. So guess what? If she even shed a tear, the whole law enforcement is coming down on you. Look, just the past couple weeks, Tennessee white woman, the cop story. White woman slept with a bunch of black cops, or actually she slept with a lot of cops in the police department there in Tennessee. 3 of the officers, the top officers, I believe 3 or 4 of them was black, and she slept with white men too. But she turned it around and basically said she was coerced to sleep and she zeroed in on the black men. Even though they was officers, they was their sergeants, they was over her in terms of rank, but she used them and said they coerced her to sleep for her being a whore, and she filed a civil lawsuit against them. But she wasn't coerced of sleeping with the other cops who were white. So she pulled out her whiteness card, her snowflake card, being innocent and pure and didn't know what she was doing. And guess what? Now they in trouble. Because guess what? In interracial dating, the white woman could pull out her card and act like a she-devil. And guess what? You black men, you are guilty, regardless of anything. Regardless, she volunteered sleeping with you, and for 10, 5, 20 years, she pulled out her white card, and guess what? You guilty. Matter of fact, they will charge you. You could be sleeping with that white woman for 10 years and she pull out her white card. Now they're going to say you S8 her. You assaulted her. You S assaulted her. I'm abbreviating that. And she could be a willing participant for 5 or 10 years with no problem. Sheds a tear, you in jail, black man. Interracial dating. See, you have to now, black men, you can't think like other races of men. Or not even a black woman. You gotta protect yourself, whoever you sleep with. And when you cross over, especially to the white world, you in a whole different danger zone, my friend. You gotta keep your head on the swivel. Because at any given time, she could pull out her white card. And I'm sorry, that's dangerous for me. That's a little too dangerous for me. Not little, a lot. Especially in this day and time. Especially you talk about in North America. I like to feel safe as possible. I'm not trying to put my life in danger. I've been through the sands of life, no question about it. I'm speaking in general terms, in relationships in general terms. And for me to put myself basically on the chopping block for a woman at any given time could say something and I will have the whole government against me. Not even local, the whole government against me, media and all, because I'm a black man. Y'all black men gotta start thinking. You have to know where the region, you gotta start looking at the region you reside. The place you are, the laws that's around you, and you in white society. You gotta be ultra careful. And then here's the thing, y'all men out here be killing yourselves for these funky, musty, below average snowflakes out here that got nothing. No shape, no nothing. Or fake stuff. But they thinking because they could wiggle their whiteness in front of you, you just gonna be like a monkey and just want to climb the tree because she just around. I mean, you're not getting anything special. That's the thing. Getting all funky looking, below average, no shape. Come on, man. You're going to risk it all for that? And they really think they special. You insulting me when you come around me thinking you something special. Funky, no shape looking. You insulting me. I feel insulted. You should also. Your standards got to be higher, black man. Because you got much more to lose than any person on this planet Earth. For the decisions you make. That's why you special. You the most hated. You the most disrespected. So, interracial dating should be different for you. Now, I know you black men that's already in it. You're like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine with me. Whoop-de-doo, glad to hear it. You one of the few. But men out here, especially you young black men, whether you athletes or not, and you have these funky snowflakes that just be out here wiggling their nasty selves around you, thinking that they special, like they raising you. They believe that in their mind. And then what after the fact? Have you scanned them genetically? Have you checked out their family background? Have you thought about your future or what your offspring will be like? How they will think? Have you? Are you thinking about it? Now, I know a lot of you individuals going to be, oh, you racist, I said nothing that was racist. I'm giving points, giving examples, giving things that is reality in these streets. And like I said, I'm not stopping you from dating whoever you want. Knock yourself out. I don't care. I don't care because you're not affecting my life. You do whatever you do. I'm doing what I do. I'm protecting myself. So you do whatever you do. But if something happens, don't blame the devil. Don't blame God. Blame you. Because that's what it is. So you have to start thinking. You have no choice. Especially in this day and time. We in the digital world, black man, right now, where a picture, a quick picture, could be on social media. And there could be a comment underneath that ruins your career forever. All because you wanted to cross over. You want to cross over because you don't like the present situation you're in. And you thinking you crossing over, you made it. Did you look into the genealogy of other races? Did you check how they eat? Their lifestyle? Because that is you marrying, you intermingling with a group that has a different thinking pattern than you. Have you thought about it? How they think about the black experience other than your physical black man? Do they take you as being smart? Guess what? If a woman, black, white, Asian, whatever, is going to look at me as being an inferior person or don't respect my people, why would I want to procreate or date with them point blank period? Because it's just a physical thing? Because let's be for real. Most races just look at the black man experience just physical, what they hear. All right, fine. That holds true. But that's not all. But you know what? That's the stereotype. And regardless of them kikiing with you and laughing with you on the job or laughing with you at school and kikiing with you, they still believe in that stereotype. Make no mistake about it. You are an ape to them. Whether they say it that way or stereotype you, but as a black man, you never labeled first as an intelligent man. Let's be for real here. Yeah, they might say, oh yeah, Mr. Greatness, you speak very well. You very articulate. You know how to pronounce your words. You speak well. By golly, I never met a guy like you. Uh, I never met a guy like you. Oh, you from New York? Wow. Really? You from Brooklyn? Really? You wow. And you really want you know what they want to say. I never met a a black man like you before, and I didn't want to say I have other words. You have other words too. Really, that's what it is because they instantly think I'm scum. And then, they still have to be like, yeah, hey, man, want to get hip and jive and stuff without even knowing me. And this is your woman, your new woman that you put on the pedestal. Your snowflake, your princess. You better, black men, start checking before you dive in. Because people will show themselves. No matter how much they hide, they show themselves. And you have a hell of a lot to lose, black men, when you start crossing over. And then you among her white people and they say slick things to you because that slick talking is going to come every time you with around white people. It's always some slick talking. And not necessarily, and the slick talking is borderline racial. Now you might say, "Oh yeah, you why are you so sensitive, Mr. Greatness? Why are you so sensitive?" Because I've been around that for years, decades. I experienced. It's like clockwork. You hang around with white people long enough, they're gonna say some slick stuff. It's gonna be some racial stuff around. It is what it is. Indirectly or directly. Oh, you think your woman won't say it? Your white woman won't say it? Oh, okay. If you ain't black woman, you don't think your white man will say anything? Oh, okay. All right. Well, you got a special one then. You got a special one. She's going. That white woman will deal with you as a human being. That white man is going to deal with you as a human being. You got something special. You one of the lucky ones. Hey, I don't know. I mean, but the ones I hear and men that tells me and women, they tell me something different. Yeah, it is crazy out here. We we have we are very nice people. We are very forgiving, as I mentioned previously, and we accept a lot of things. We forgiving people. That's why you have a lot of black churches out here, because we forgive a lot for things that shouldn't be forgivable, especially dealing with other races that is not forgiving to us and don't treat us in a certain way. And a lot of times, I touching back again about what other black women and black men tell me. A lot of times, the white people and other races, but especially white people, deal with us. They just basically, initially, of the stereotype about our physical capabilities, but after that, but not thinking highly of us as a intelligent being, especially black men. And that is a big problem within we black men. Respect is everything. And don't think because you're with a white woman, you're going to be saved. You safe. I know all of you, everyone have preference. I would say all you, black men, you have preferences and stuff. That's on you. As I repeat, you could date whoever you want to date. That's on you. you don't pay attention to your genetics, or you don't want to pay attention to a family tree, that's on you. You just want to deal with her because of her whiteness? You thinking you in the safe zone? Matter of fact, you in the hot water zone. Far worse than dealing with a black woman. Because at least if you walk in with a black woman, like, again, you're not going to be looked upon as heavy as with a white woman or black woman with a white man. And I know a lot of you don't care. And hey, that's up to you. But speaking about black men particularly, you have to be extra careful. You have to really start analyzing. You should be analyzing women in general a lot harder. The ins and outs. Don't let nobody shame you and, not wanting to know the ins and outs. You insecure, it doesn't matter. Don't let nobody tell you. Because this is your legacy. This is your well-being. Look, if nothing else, black men, look what in modern day society when you dating white women, or when your brethren date white women, from famous people to average people, look what happens to them in real time. Cosby, Kobe, Tiger Woods. Look at what Tiger Woods is going through. He brought in a white woman and stayed in his house. His house. Not married to her. And I don't know all the ins and outs, but just the base story. Now she's suing him, thinking she's entitled. And just the fact they bringing that nonsense out is ridiculous. For what? And then now they bring out his history of women and all of this stuff. They trying to make the man look bad. And this guy just want to play golf. But that was his fault. His choice. Because obviously he felt, he don't deal with black women. And he had all the white women around him, and not all, but the white women he'd been with gave him problems. Because when she started talking to the public, the white race is going to listen. And they don't like the fact that a black man is dealing with their woman anyway. So that's a cold reality. Look at Cosby. The man is 80 plus old. And they dealing with these white witches from the dirt. From the 1960s to 70s. Some of them could barely walk. And they made a complaint. And he had to get locked up. Yeah, you could give me, the token black woman around there. But he got locked up because he was with those white women. Let's be for real, for real. Of course he's out. The late, great Kobe Bryant. And I'm not going to get into him, but his incident he had to go through in Colorado. But he got out of it. And I told you about the Tennessee incident with the Tennessee white woman cop and the black cops. Look what happened. She played the innocent card, holding that up, filing a lawsuit. Now those black men, because they want to stick their wee-wee in her, they thought they had a come up. They thought that maybe they could whore her out more. Something that she already is. Allegedly. But now they got to go through it. Now their career is in jeopardy, pretty much done. Their career, their brand, their character is in jeopardy, all because they deal with this snowflake. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've been through the sands of life. People have told me, countless stories. Look, snowflakes come from the woodworks, and I'm using Cosby again. But that's not only him. You got stories, individual black men, white women come when a black man is successful. White women come from out of the dirts of hell. And they pull out, they say they innocent and pure and they was coerced and this and that. And guess what? Man's brand is ruined. This happens in real time all the time. All the time. It's not like you can't tell me this is just something that happens once in the blue. All throughout the world, when you're dealing with these snowflakes, there's always something going on. Always a problem. And their problems is far worse than the black woman's problem. Because she got white society backing her up. And she could be a whore, the biggest whore in the world. And a lot of them is the biggest whores in the world. But they say they brand new. And white society backs them up. And guess what, black man? You dangling. You have nobody to back you up. Not even your woman. She will say, I told you so. I mean, it is what it is. But here's the reality. You got nobody to back you up. No one. Not even your mother. If she's still living. And even if she's alive, you as a grown man, she's too old to back you up. Your father probably passed on. If he's alive, he's too old to back you up. So who you got when the chips is down, when you crossed over, and crossing over goes bad? Who you got? Who's backing you up? You gotta call on Reverend Al or Benjamin Crump or Jesse Jackson. Maybe you might get a phone call from the minister, Louis Farrakhan. But you got to go that direction. You have to go big time and hope and pray somebody will attend to you. But most of us average black men, we don't have that pull. So guess what? We food for the gods. All because you crossed over. Interracial dating. And I repeat, is this all black men that crossed over? No, okay? So let's not get simple. But you have to be logical. You should think what's the best decision for you in this day and time that you in. And I know a lot of you black men say, that's not me, that's maybe you, Mr. Greatman, but that's not me. I'll do it, all right? Well, listen. Your card haven't came up yet. But keep talking. That card might come, and your number might be called. And you would be hit hard. All because you think you crossed over and you found your white princess. You have to, black men, think. We in this era, you have to think. You have to worry about your future. It's different from you than any other race. That's why I talked about other race of men in the beginning, because their situation's a lot easier. They could fly under the radar much different than you. Because they not rated at a low level from the jump. Asians, Indians, other sub-races not rated low as you. You already from the jump, when you come out your mother's womb, you already rated low by society. So you best to learn chess very early and protect yourself at all costs. And when you take yourself and cross over, especially within white society, and especially dealing with a white woman, now you on Front Street now in terms of hate. Much more than you if you deal with other race of women. Because now you taking away that white man's princess. Now you're on the radar. So if anything goes bad in that relationship, and you got to go to court, what do you think that white judge, you think, let's be for real. This is behind the scenes thing. But let's be for real. You think that white judge from Arkansas, or South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, even New York City, their liberal selves, liberal but nasty selves, what do you think in the mind of that white judge? Do you think that white judge will be fair and balanced for you, black man? Oh, you hope, right? Yeah, you gotta hope. Now you gotta put your faith in a white man. Or a white woman. Another white woman. Okay. You gotta now put your faith, listen to me closely. When you divorce from your snowflake, if it comes to that point, and you go to court, now you have to put your faith in another white person, in a white man, white woman, and hope they will be fair to you. God knows if you're in the South or the Midwest. But anyway, your worst white people anyway is not in the South, believe it or not. They're in places like New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx, Long Island, Staten Island, Westchester, all for you. Black man, they all for you. Black man, they all for you. Black man, they for you. New York City, just for you. You. Black man, just for you. The man, just for you. In New York City, black man, for you. Because he loves you, black man, you. Okay, that's enough. See, so yeah, you have to rely. You already got to rely on the system of white supremacy for your food and water and bread and everything else. So you're going to make it extra harder. And you're going to roll the dice. Because you want that snowflake. So you roll the dice and take more chances. Now you're going to say, well, I can take chances with my race and still come out. Yes, absolutely. But that's why I said you need to start thinking, and whoever you want to, having people around you, you got to think. This is the life we live now. Interracial dating. So, in conclusion, is the choice for you. I say be very careful. Don't take unnecessary risk that you don't need to take. Just general statement. And if you've taken such a risk, you better know for sure. I know we humans, and I know we lust and all that other foolishness, but you better know now. You living in the now. So start thinking with your top head, not the bottom head, black man. Thank you for listening. Sí.